Obsession doesn't start with motivation. That's the first thing you need to understand. It doesn't begin with some inner fire, and it doesn't begin with the idea that you need to completely change your life. Obsession begins when one thing becomes more important than everything else. Not 10 goals at once, just one mission that your entire life starts revolving around. You wake up already knowing why you're willing to struggle today, why you're willing to sit down and do the work again. And that's rare, because most people live scattered. A little energy here, a little energy there. One goal today, a different one tomorrow. Then they wonder why they have no discipline. But the truth is, they don't lack willpower. They lack a center of gravity. Because you can't be obsessed with everything at once. I honestly think obsession begins the moment you stop living like a consumer of feelings. When you stop asking yourself every morning, do I feel like doing it today? Because as long as your actions depend on your emotions will always be stronger than your goals. If you're in the mood, you work. If you're not, you quit. And that's how years disappear. But once one thing becomes truly important, that inner conflict starts to disappear. It no longer matters whether you feel like it or not. Then something even stranger happens. You learn to enjoy pressure, which goes against human nature. Most people want pleasure without discomfort, but obsession works the opposite way. You become comfortable with repetition, with boredom, with routine, with doing the same thing over and over again. At first it's painful, but if you don't run away, if you stay with it long enough, something changes. You stop chasing satisfaction from the result. You begin enjoying the effort itself, the extra set, the extra attempt, the extra day you refuse to quit. And that's a feeling that's hard to explain. It's stronger than excitement, because eventually, the work itself becomes rewarding, not the outcome, the process, the pressure. You stop respecting yourself only when you win. You start respecting yourself because you didn't give up. That's a completely different mindset. Most people believe effort is the price you pay to earn a reward, but obsession turns effort into the reward itself. People imagine obsession as constant intensity, endless hustle, aggression, some manic state of mind. But real obsession usually looks the opposite. It's quiet, focused, heavy. It's simply someone refusing to let go of one idea for years. Nothing glamorous, nothing dramatic. The biggest transformation happens when it becomes part of your identity. You're no longer trying to be disciplined. You simply are. That's an entirely different level. As long as you're trying, you can still fail to become that person. But once it's part of who you are, there is no choice anymore. You don't occasionally work. This is simply how you live. It's as if the work starts becoming part of you. You no longer force yourself to stay consistent. Consistency starts carrying you. Willpower can only take you so far. It runs out. Identity doesn't. That's why true obsession isn't about trying harder. It's about becoming the kind of person for whom any other way of living would feel strange. And this is important. Obsession isn't working 20 hours a day. It isn't becoming successful in a month. That's a childish fantasy. Real obsession often looks boring. From the outside, you might not even notice it, because it isn't an explosion of motivation. It's a system that lasts for years. You simply keep returning to the same thing, again, and again, and again. That's what eventually separates you from everyone else. While everyone else is driven by interest, you're driven by necessity. While most people are searching for balance between comfort and effort. You've already realized, growth has always existed beyond comfort. Over time, you're no longer just building the habit of working. You're building an entirely different way of living. Obsession isn't wanting something really badly. A lot of people know how to want. Obsession is when one idea becomes so deeply rooted inside you that it begins to reshape your entire life, your decisions, your daily actions, your character. And at that point, it's no longer motivation. It's no longer discipline. It's simply who you are.